So because I have so much to do today, I'm gonna probably do a lot of time lapses. I wanna get a lot of stuff done today because Calvin is kicking me out of the garage, and I also wanna get this thing running. So the first thing I'm doing is going to be reinstalling the stock intake manifold. So I'm going through and reassembling any of the brackets, and I'm also mapping up where any of the vacuum hoses or coolant hoses go on the intake manifold, which is right down here. Also, a huge shout out to the bro who told me I had this Rally Road oil feed fitting in the wrong spot. So I gotta disconnect this and I have to put it down here. Okay, so that's much better. Now I don't have that issue where the fitting was getting very close to the upper radiator hose. As you can see, the fitting for the oil feed is now on the back of this unit here. So one other thing that was pointed out to me when I installed the valve cover gasket is that I forgot to put a little RTV here. So shout out to you. Ugh. Come on, doctor. All right, so there we go there. I'm doing this now because once I mount the turbo, it's gonna be very difficult to take off the valve cover. So once again, thank you guys for mentioning all the things that I'm doing wrong, but also note that there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing off camera that I'm not recording too, so. All right, finally got everything hooked up underneath and everything out of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and take this intake manifold and put it in. Got that seated nice, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten all these down real quick. I got most of the intake manifold all buttoned up, which is nice. I got the throttle body on here, and all the plumbing is all squared away underneath, including this crankcase hose, which I may replace for a catch can down the line, but we're gonna go ahead and install it as I did for now. The next step is to remove the fuel injectors and replace these with the DW ones. So now that that's completely disconnected, I removed the, oh, let's focus here. I removed the metal clips as well as the little rings that held on the electrical connectors. So these should just pop out. I got a rag here to catch any of the excess fuel. That's gonna be hard. Okay, so here we have a comparison of the OEM BMW injectors with the DW 60 pounds. What's cool with these two is they do have a different plug than the OEM BMW, but they come with this little adapter. You plug into one side and that will plug right into the BMW stuff. So good thinking, DW. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of this grease here to the O-rings. We wanna make sure those are nice and lubricated and they will seal up perfectly. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and press this in, and I need to make sure that the injector, it should be facing this way. Okay. There we go, like that. So it turned out to be a lot easier to get all the electrical clips and everything pressed into the fuel rail out here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stick it onto the intake manifold right now. Make sure everything is seated down nice, which it is, and it's all the way flat onto the bracket too, which is perfect. Go ahead and reinstall these bolts here. I gave it back.
Yeah, baby. What? I didn't give it back.
Forgot to film it, but got the 3 bolts in for the drive shaft. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these down real quick.
Hey, Master Mechanic teacher.
Yep.
We are mounting the wastegate right now. Luckily, it is threaded, so it's not that difficult once we get started, but we got the top one done. And the bottom one is like extremely difficult. I wasn't able to get it from the top, so Evan is getting it from the bottom.
Or you can cut it.
The mustache is gonna come back soon.
It's never
And haunt the shit out of you.
Alright guys, I apologize I did not film too much today, but I wanted to give you a full overview of where we're at, and I hope you can hear me. These guys are out here power washing this engine. But anyways, I'll talk really loudly in here. So, a couple things that I did today that were really successful. Finished installing the intake manifold, got this thing completely bolted on, as well as installed the new DW fuel injectors, the 60-pound injectors. Those are all buttoned up and ready to go. All of the vacuum hoses and clips and everything is all straightened out underneath the intake manifold. It's kind of a cluster, it's gonna be hard to see on camera, but that is all sorted out. The other thing that I did was finish up the Rally Road turbo oil feed line. I got that all fixed up and it's now routed back down here. As you can see, it's all routed up here and all the way to the turbo. The other thing that I did was I got all the throttle body mounted and I started mounting the intercooler piping. So, hooked up the blow-off valve, just bolted it down here. You can see that pipe runs right through the intercooler. This is not tightened up by any means. Got this side all figured out and this routes up to the turbo. That's actually gonna work out pretty solid. One thing I did notice, I am not able to fit the air filter here. So I'm going to be looking for a shortened air filter. I think Danny said he had one. I'm gonna see if I can get that. Moving along, I got the coil packs completely mounted up. With all the grounds that I had here. Everything is all tightened up and bolted down, so that's nice. Looking down over here, you have the external wastegate. Now this isn't fully bolted down and I'm still need to figure out when I attach the down pipe if that's gonna have enough clearance. Might have to do a little custom fab here, not too big of a deal. The last thing I did was underneath the car, which you're not really gonna be able to see, I got the drive shaft completely mounted up with all the bracketry. I still do have the stock O2 sensors there. The plan for tomorrow is to install the DW fuel pump in the morning. We're going to continue to button up everything under here. I do have to figure out some intercooler piping issue there, not too big of a deal. The other thing that I need to do is remove the fan clutch. So I forgot, I didn't need to install this. I have a new CX Racing radiator that's gonna go here. That comes with an electric fan setup and shroud. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that tomorrow too. And I think at that point, I'm going to install the RK Tunes flash. Then we're ready to start this thing. So my goal is to start the car tomorrow. If you guys want to stay up to date completely, be sure to follow my Instagram. I will put it right here because I've been posting on my Instagram very often and my Instagram story will also have all the details. As always, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So I realized this video was a little bit short, so I wanted to include some footage that Alex took with his drone last week. I'll insert those clips right now.